What's good, everybody? It's Kaige-O Gaming, and welcome back to our very first time playing Songs of Six. If you are enjoying this series, make sure to leave a like. If you're not, make sure to leave a dislike. I appreciate all your feedback. And last time we left off, well, we did go ahead and take our... Well, we took Heartwind's final settlement, so we now own 6 territories. Ideally, the next person we want to go to war with is here. You guys have grain, vegetables, clay, and wood here. They have vegetables, cotton, fruit, and opiates. And they have cotton, opiates, and grain. So we're going to have quite a few more food settlements. And then we probably want to grab this one too, since it's a free city, which is going to have clay and stone. I kind of feel like we need clay the most from here. Although you have a nice boost to stone. But we're not going to want mushrooms. Mushrooms, We can't even get mushrooms because we don't have the research unlocked for mushroom farming. But it's gonna be between either clay or stone that we get in this settlement, because we are out of... I mean, we could expand this clay deposit, actually, but both of our clay deposits have max workers. So in order to get more clay, we would have to either invest in research for mining or expand this clay pit, which we definitely could do. But we're still kind of just making our city look nice. We went ahead and finally upgraded some buildings to wood, which should make our people a little bit happier. That's another thing that we're kind of trying to focus on, is just happiness. Kind of just trying to maintain our happiness and loyalty, because it keeps going back and forth between 100% and 90%. So that's kind of where we're at right now. We're also trying to prepare for war. We just broke our trade agreement with these people, but they're going to have a bigger army. Their army itself has 567, garrison 585, 749, and 854. So we're going to need a solid amount of troops before going to war with them. So I'm hoping that we can really build up our armies, really build up our stockpiles of weapons, so we can really get our conscripts trained up. We're gonna need a decent amount of rations as well. So we're probably gonna want to increase the workers in our ration maker, which is going to use more herbs and more bread. I feel like we're kind of stagnant in money. I feel like we've been at like 2.3 million for a while. So that's also something to kind of keep in mind, because we're gonna have to buy more bread now. We're gonna have to pay attention. Yeah, our net on herbs is negative now. Let's see here. What we could do, since we have so many bakeries, we could get our 7th noble and put him as bread. I feel like that might not be a horrible idea. If we go to population and sort by age, we'll give you a promotion. The rank of noble, sir. And we are going to give you Master of Bakeries. Ooh. Why is it only... Why is it only 0.57? Maybe we shouldn't do bakeries. Whoa. Oh, that's governing points. I mean, we can change you, right? But 0.57, my goodness. let's see. You're at about 1016 right now. What does this get you to? That's an over 400 increase. What we really need to do is reduce spoilage. So if we look here, for example, we're at about 69 to 70 spoilage. I'm gonna commit to that. That dropped it down by about 5. Which isn't horrible. And that's gonna help out every resource with the decay rate. Which is pretty nice. Our net is negative on opiates. You have a lot of workforce. 34 is pretty solid. You only have 12. You have 26. I'm a little tempted to go for another workers guild here. We can't increase you at all. That doesn't knock your taxes down by a lot. $27, $13, $23. I want to say that adds a worker to every city. And now you're up to 10K in taxes. Yeah, we'll go for that for now. Yeah, we're hurting on immigration. Education probably wouldn't be bad. Or, not education, but indoctrination. Might be. But we don't have any children. Schools need paper and employed tutors to operate. I also don't understand how crimes are handled and processed. So we would need the court to get law up, I would assume. But we need gems for that, which we could go ahead and buy. Let's go ahead and look at the court then. I don't know how big we need this building. Let's make you rounded. It's not even, though. That's even. Two clients and two judges? Do something like this instead. How many spectators do we need? Improves justice. Foundation. Is only 91.26. Yeah, foundation is pretty bad over here. It's actually horrible in this entire area. $21 spectators. I feel like this isn't very effective. Accident occurred. Let me try and think of how I want to make this. We would need spectators here. And that knocks off that court. If we go like this... And then, say we expand you... maybe this way? Then the courts have to go in the middle. We're not gonna have room for spectators. Which I'm not a huge fan of. maybe we can do something like this instead. Four clients and 4 judges with 21 spectators. I mean, I suppose we could always start with this. Suppose that doesn't hurt. At least so we can kind of get it down and kind of see what it looks like and see how it improves things. We'll try it. We are going to need to buy some gems. So if we go here, who's going to have gems for the cheapest? Command, resources, 347. 363, 337, 474. So it's gonna be you guys. So if we get 100 gems, yeah, let's go ahead and do that then. That way we can get the courts up. Kind of see how this works, see how this improves things. Hopefully gets our government up nicely. We're having an issue with the disliked tourists again. How do we see what people you like? It's because you don't like humans. You literally only like Dondorians and Talapi. Okay, I guess we'll just do that then. How much are we making off tourism? I wonder if it's dropped a lot. We want to look here. About 2K. We made about almost 10K. It's not horrible. Okay. Foundation, we can get rid of you. What else do we want to start looking at? Schools wouldn't be bad, but we would need children. Honestly, getting our services up. Our environment's not looking bad. Getting access, services, occupation, and religion are kind of our lowest things right now. We need upgrades and shrines is what we need. So that's what we should probably focus on next. This will help us farm. I mean, it only costs 3 innovation. And that will boost our herb and opiate farming, which is pretty nice. don't understand why this says we have 0. Oh, we need 100 knowledge for this. And 940 farm employees. Holy cow. That is a lot. It's gonna cost 75 knowledge. We could get lower maintenance costs. That could be kind of nice. We're gonna need 120 knowledge before we can upgrade our shrines. So that should probably be something else we pump out, but we need more population, and for that we need to make people happy. Food stalls back down to 41%. You guys are all at 100%. You are not. So we need more like central food stalls, I think. You're only at 63. Let's knock you down to 12. I wonder if you guys aren't doing so hot because of our food. Like, maybe we need more warehouse workers in here. It'd probably be super useful to get some haulers over here. Honestly. How is our janitor doing? You're kind of fixing things up nicely. So maybe that's another thing we'll start looking at, is getting some haulers. Let's get some haulers there. You, my friend, are gonna haul fruit. You're gonna haul bread. You're gonna haul vegetables. And then let's go ahead and get a road going here. Then might as well get like a small torch here or something. Get small torches where we don't have a lot of lighting. Get a bunch of small torches here, although probably leave like every other one open. do something like that for now. Happiness, our access keeps going down. Health is at 1.77. %55% access on benches. Kind of feel like maybe we're not making enough space in between these buildings. Like, I feel like we've done a really good job over here. Like, having space. I feel like it's not so great here. Like, having more benches and stuff would be really nice. So how do we want to do this? How is lighting in this area? Not horrible, but it could definitely be better. I'm trying to think, like, maybe we want to put a row of housing here, especially since we have all of this stuff, which means I'll probably end up moving this well. And see what kind of housing we can get over here. Maybe just do something like this. And then we could always, like, copy and paste these throughout here. And then we wanted to move this lab. I'm thinking... well, if we have a physician and a bathhouse up here, we don't really need that. So what would we need down here? Because you guys are going to be vacant housing. But what we could do is dismantle these apartments. Make some more room there. And then if we copy this area... It's gonna be right up against that shrine, which I don't necessarily like. But we could always move the shrine over. So let's go ahead and get those done. And then we'll do roads like in between, so we have like little alleyways. Right, like we can do this. And we can do this. And then we get rid of the shrine. And build a different one. I guess we can't really fix that too much. Can always put like the shrine over here. It's not really an even area though. We'll just plop you there for now. And then I think I am going to make this a double. Maybe we'll just curve the road right there. And then we have kind of torches in this back area. So if we look at lighting, lighting's not bad. We can get torch here. And we could put like a row of flowers or something. This does open up room for a lot more people. We look at more decorations. Suppose we could do something like that. Just get some nice torches in the area. It's not horrible. And then everything else can kind of just be stone road. We're not interested in any slaves. Alright, happiness is back up to 100, which is great. Government. Judgment is up to 64. Okay. Yeah, government is getting pretty close to maxed out, but now it says law is going down. Tourism is going up, which is great. I don't think I quite understand this. How crimes are handled and processed in your city. So that's gotta be, like, the amount of guardhouses we have, right? Potentially? Or maybe the amount of prison space we have? We have prison space. You guys don't need to be having meat. Because apparently that's like causing you guys issues or something. Bread you guys should be having. Alright, how are we doing in terms of... Nice. We got vegetables in here. Although you should be. You guys aren't getting much bread over here. Hopefully that helps you guys a bit. Suppose we could always get more people in there. But I'm hoping that increases food stalls as well. He now says 81% access. You guys just need upgrades. We do need to get more benches. Which I'm thinking maybe we can get like a set of benches in here. There we go. Okay, maybe we kind of clean up this area a bit. Like, what would be next on the list of things to do? We don't want to move our throne yet. This fits how many people? 10, 20, 30, 5, 38. Where I think you guys are 40. Before upgrades. 4 upgrades, that is. Suppose we could start making this area nice. And we can decorate it accordingly. Like, we can do benches here. Flowers. We could do like a torch. Probably get a torch like in this corner. Could get some torches to line up with the back, or line up with the front of the building. Get some increased lighting over there. Feel like we should put another bench over here. Feel like it just kind of makes sense. Maybe even more flowers. What we could do is in these little areas, we still need more cut stone. But I'm thinking maybe in these areas to make it a little nice. Or a little nicer. Maybe we could go like Forest Plaza roads. Here. Let me see what that looks like. I feel like that's not bad. I don't like how that's like... Okay, it kind of fixed itself. Yeah, like, what do we think about that? Or should we just leave it open? I might just leave it open. I don't know if I like that too much. Kind of leave that. Okay, so we're getting our housing area around, like, all the bakeries and stuff looking nice. I do feel like we could use more jobs in this area. So that's something to keep in mind. I would like to kind of fix these houses. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that. That does kill our housing, but we could start getting some upgrades in these centers. This does kind of change the layout of this area, because now this road needs to move up. If we keep you like this... Maybe we get rid of the big trees there and do big torches. Trying to think. Because now if we look at lighting, we could just do big torches here. Get rid of all these smaller torches. Doubling up on all these torches. Like, these torches aren't necessary. Get rid of all this stuff. And then we just make all of this stone road. That also means expanding our road here. Which does mean that we're probably gonna run out of... Like, our physician won't be able to fit here. So we need something to do with this area. I suppose we could start buying cut stone. Government's at 8.668. We probably could do with another guardhouse somewhere. What if we put it by the homes? Got like a small guardhouse over here to protect the homes, the hospital, the farm, south side of the bakeries. I mean, it fits in there. It's a small one, but hopefully that helps increase law. Keeps our home safe. It is going up now, quite nicely. I mean, our government's almost maxed out, which is great. Could do with a little more judgment. And now it's going back down. Maybe we could get like another guard post in here. What if we put our stage here instead? Does the stage fit in this area? No, it doesn't. Ooh, yes it does. Yes it does. Okay, that's something we can do with this area, and then we can kind of clean up that area. I don't mind that. We'll leave some space for like benches and stuff. Let's do that. And then maybe we can get another guard station in here. Insufficient workers available. There we go. And then smart remove that. Let's just clean up this area a bit. And then we can get more access to benches over here. For the stage. Okay, okay. Access is up to 54%. And then, do we need either trees or... Could just put trees in here. Neaten it up a little bit. And then how does lighting look? Could do with a little more lighting in this area. Torch there. We can get rid of this random flower. Let's fix that road. And then this is a 4-wide street. But I feel like we should put jobs here. So maybe we can move like the bathhouse and the physician over here. Maybe that wouldn't be such a bad idea. If we go ahead and remove you. We gotta figure something out with cut stone. We gotta figure that out. Our masonries aren't cutting it. Your workload is horrible. Why is your workload so bad? But yours is at 100%. Because we don't have any stone over here, most likely. So we need a warehouse in this area for, like, raw materials. That's what we're gonna need. I'm looking for logistics. Okay, let's do this then. Get that warehouse in. How's this warehouse doing? You're still down. Which means our food stalls are probably going down again. I mean, we could just start spamming these warehouses with workers, but I feel like that's not super efficient. Alright, so you're gonna need stone. You're gonna need upgrades is what you need. Let's get that in. You're gonna need cut stone over here. Pottery, you're gonna need clay over here. And you can hold pots. You're gonna need wood over here. You can hold charcoal. What else do we have? You can hold metal over here. You're gonna need fabric. And what, cotton? We don't want to put clothes over here. You're gonna need leather. And you're gonna need some ore. Okay. And then we wanted to get some type of warehouse over here to specifically store weapons. So let's just get 10 warehouse workers in there. I'm gonna get 10 in here. Try and keep you stocked up. Space is going down. It's also something to keep in mind. Flower bed, torches, and trees are all going down. So we might not be leaving enough room in between all these buildings. I mean, to be fair, we have no main roads leading into this area. They're all too wide. We probably should plan out a main road. We are getting pretty tightly compacted in this area. What can we do next? What can we do next? I mean, this definitely increased our production. Yeah, because your workload's going up now. It could have been that you guys were just full on storage. But this is definitely helping improve things. So I am gonna start getting like these houses upgraded, I think. Cause like this little area I'm pretty happy with. And then I'm gonna boost you up to 3,100 and finally get some more people in here. We need some type of guard post in this area. Law is going up to 40%. Somehow we're still getting disliked tourists. How are we gonna figure out spacing? All this too wide stuff is not gonna work. Suppose we could keep this with trees for now. That should help things a little bit. %7 access. Ew. Well, that's not super great. I feel like it needs to be at like 15%. see. We have 10 food days, which is great. Drink servings are, they're okay. We could be buying more if we wanted to, but... How's furniture production? 3.88. Pottery, 2.5, so we can't afford more furniture. We don't have jewelry yet. Clothing production is at 51. We could maybe get away with that, but we also need these for our armies. So I don't think there's really anything that we can improve right here at the moment. Food stalls back up to 80%. We're trying to get our benches up, but I feel like that just keeps dropping somehow. Even though we're building more benches. It could be because we just boosted our population. Roundness, apparently going down. Spacing is going down. Lighting looks pretty good, but flower bed torches and trees are going down. It looks like we kind of need to increase our army. And we don't have a lot of storage of rations, supposedly. We are building more. Religion, the only thing we can really do here is upgrade our shrines. Occupation, I feel like the only real thing we can do here is indoctrinate, which we would need schools for, and to start getting breeders for children. And government looks good. We're back up. We're up to 43%, and it's increasing. So yeah, we're going to have to start looking at other things here soon, but all of that will be next time. As always, I appreciate y'all for stopping by, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Until then, peace out, y'all.